CrossfireX is a first-person shooter video game released for the Xbox One and Xbox Series X and S on February 10, 2022. It is the third installment in the Crossfire series. Remedy Entertainment worked on the game's single-player campaign, which is also available as Crossfire HD on PC in China, while Smilegate Entertainment led the development of the game's free-to-play multiplayer portion. The game received generally negative reviews from critics. CrossfireX is a first-person shooter and the console version of Crossfire. The free-to-play multiplayer component is similar to Counter-Strike: Global Offensive, which sees two opposing teams, representing two hostile private military factions, compete in game modes to complete objectives. Classic mode sees the attacking team attempting to plant a bomb while the defending team has to stop them. All players are equipped with standard weapons. The Spectre mode is a variation of the classic mode, though the attacking players are specters, who are only equipped with knives, but they can stay invisible when they are not moving. There is also a modern mode, in which the two teams need to fight for maintaining control over two objective points in a map. The single-player portion, which is also found on Crossfire HD on PC in China, which would not be free-to-play, consists of several operations. Each operation includes several episodes. At launch, there would be 2 operations available. The story explores a global conflict between Blacklist and Global Risk, 2 private military factions. The first campaign follows a team of Global Risk soldiers in the country of Azkarzia who are sent in to find and kill Blacklist officer Alexander Steiner. The Global Risk team is led by Major Kavanaugh and consists of Captain Hall, Specialist Randall, and Private First Class Morales. The team assault an abandoned hotel where Steiner is supposedly staying, but soon find out they've instead killed Steiner's body double. Although the team managed to fight their way out of the hotel, Kavanaugh and Hall deduce that they were set up as Blacklist was well prepared for their arrival. Kavanaugh is shot shortly afterwards and Hall is knocked unconscious by an unseen assailant. While unconscious, Hall has an unsettling vision of being in his own house through the eyes of someone else. Hall is soon reawakened by Morales and takes command of the team. With their extraction aircraft shot down and Kavanaugh's long-range radio missing, Hall plans to use a nearby communications tower to call for extraction despite Morales' insistence on heading towards the rally point instead. While making his way up the tower, Hall is captured and interrogated by Steiner, who reveals that Kavanaugh is alive and demands his location. After breaking free with the help of his team, Hall plans to head towards mines where Kavanaugh is supposedly being held and manages to capture Steiner along the way. However, the team is soon ambushed by Blacklist soldiers led by the ambitious Commander Fontaine and soon Morales, who has secretly been contracted by Fontaine to sell out the team. Morales soon kills Steiner under Fontaine's orders, but refuses to kill Hall and Randall as it wasn't part of their deal, leading Fontaine to kill Morales instead while Hall and Randall manage to escape. Despite being outnumbered, the survivors continue deeper into the mines where they find a facility housing a supercomputer known as Catalyst, which is capable of predicting the future through human memories. It is soon revealed that Fontaine plans to use Kavanaugh's future memories to wipe out Global Risk, although Hall manages to shoot her before the machine kills him and the team soon manage to escape via helicopter. In the year 2022, Blacklist contractor Lieutenant Logan Brewer, played by Anderson Davis, raids a Global Risk train heading for its headquarters in an attempt to assassinate Kavanaugh before Global Risk could test their re-engineered catalyst technologies. The mission is a failure, partly thanks to the intervention by the highly skilled and aggressive Global Risk General Maddox, but Logan successfully extracts some intel and passes it along to Cora Windsor, his teammate and technology expert. Based on that intel, Logan, Cora, and Specialist Nicholas Camara, played by Jamal King, rescue Luis Torres, played by Louis Boyer, an orphan teenage petty thief, from Global Risk soldiers led by Maddox, who has placed a kill-on-sight order on Torres's head. Torres is mortally injured during the ensuing chase, but saved by a now crippled Fontaine, who injects an experimental technology called nanodyne into him. Fontaine states that nanodyne will turn him into a ghost, a weapon with enhanced physical capabilities that is a future threat to the global risk and the reason why the PMC seeks to preemptively eliminate him, but will kill him if not stabilized by a device called EOE within the next few weeks. Torres is thus forced to work for Blacklist in order to gain a venue to such a device. Later on, the Blacklist team raids a global risk facility in the Hoover Dam for its cache of EOEs, but the first EOE they encounter is remotely overloaded, alerting the global risk troops and leading to the team getting captured. Torres manages to free himself and proceeds to rescue his teammates, but Cora betrays and shoots Torres, revealing that she has been secretly sabotaging the mission and reveals that the future she actually saw. Cora explains that Fontaine has withheld the knowledge that nanodyne will eventually reduce ghosts to mindless killing machines, resulting in ghosts turning against Blacklist as well as humanity as a whole in the future. Torres nonetheless survives, steals a prototype cloaking battle suit, and returns to Blacklist headquarters with his team, minus Cora, who deserts the team after shooting Torres, only to find the headquarters on the verge of being overrun by global risk forces. Nicholas seemingly dies when the tiltrotor used by the team is shot down, and Logan is killed soon afterwards by mortar fires. Enraged by the loss of his recently bonded friends, Torres decides to embrace his new identity as a ghost and fully activates his nanotech augmentations. Declaring his loyalty to be with Blacklist rather than Fontaine herself, Torres later finds Nicholas to still be alive and, at his behest, reaches the abandoned base control center to reactivate automated defense guns. He succeeds, resulting in much of Global Risk's air support being neutralized before a siege mecha piloted by Maddox directly bombards the control center, disabling the defenses once again. Torres proceeds to sneak up on the mecha and breaches its cockpit, forcing Maddox to fight him hand-to-hand. Torres ends up besting and killing Maddox, throwing Global Risk forces into disarray and allowing Blacklist survivors to stand their ground. In the epilogue narration, Cora laments that ghosts have become a reality as foretold and will in time become a threat to the whole world, rendering the feud between Blacklist and Global Risk irrelevant. 6 months later, Torres is seen raiding a Global Risk facility, joined by more people implied to be ghosts like him. The original Crossfire, developed by Smilegate Entertainment, is an extremely popular free-to-play multiplayer game for personal computers in the East. The team wanted to expand the narrative of the franchise and introduce it to a broader audience. Therefore, the team partnered with Microsoft to create a console version and entrusted Remedy Entertainment, a Finnish video game developer, to create a single-player campaign for the game, alongside a PC version of the campaign for Crossfire HD in China. As Remedy at that time was exploring the idea of working on a first-person shooter, and planned on developing multiple projects at once, the team agreed to help Smilegate. Remedy had been working on the single-player portion since 2016. The single-player portion will be powered by Remedy's own Northlight engine, which was used previously in Quantum Break and Control. Remedy was chosen due to the team's expertise in creating memorable fictional worlds and characters. Inspired by Metal Gear Solid and Resident Evil, the team hoped to create characters that are larger than life. An open beta was available for Xbox Insiders from June 25 to June 28, 2020. In November 2020, Smilegate Entertainment announced that the game would be delayed to 2021. The game was eventually released on February 10, 2022, for Xbox One and Xbox Series X and S consoles. CrossfireX received generally unfavorable reviews according to review aggregator Metacritic. Metacritic listed CrossfireX as the second worst game of 2022. IGN criticized the storytelling, calling the characters bland while describing the multiplayer as having atrocious gunplay and controls. Polygon criticized the pacing of the game.